Okay, so the definition of tangible is perceptible by touch. And this is one of the key reasons why we talk about writing your own physical copy of a book. And yes, while we do have ebook strategies that we implement, it is very much secondary to what we're doing. Think about it like this. You go watch a news program or a talk show or something like that, and all the time they have people who come on and they say, we're introducing this particular person. They're an author of this book. They wrote this book. And, they get, 3 to 30 minutes of airtime because they wrote a book. When was the last time you heard somebody on a talk show, on a podcast, on a news program, on fill in the blank, on anything, on an interview where they said, oh, so-and-so wrote an ebook, and because of this ebook, now they are, we're interviewing, we're giving them the time of day. And so in our strategy, when we're trying to talk about writing a physical copy of a book, that's what makes it so much more valuable. It's perceptible by touch, and it's very unlikely that somebody, number one, is going to throw the book away ever, right? If you're an agent and you go, hey, I've got, I give people, I hand them MLS listings, or I send them a brochure, or I give them a document that shows, 10 things you need to know about, opening escrow or going through the escrow process or how to get your loan or where. You give them a document. Very rarely does that ever perceived as a high level of value, because it's recognized for what it is. It's an advertisement of sorts, maybe very informative, but it's still an advertisement of sorts, and most likely and almost always is going to end up in the trash. However, a book, think about the last time you just literally just threw away a book. It's probably not too often that happens. And the reason is because as a society, we're, like I said, we're trained to kind of recognize advertisement at this point. We just go, everybody just wants money, and they're trying to get me to spend money on something. But we've also been trained as a society that books are valuable, right? Like I said, with the talk show hosts and news and things like that, if you have a book, you're perceived as valuable. Why? Well, because most people realize and understand that writing a book generally is hard to do, right? People put in blood, sweat, and tears to get that book out with that great information. And because of that, when somebody is holding a book and they go, oh man, I can't throw that away because it has value. So a lot of times when they're done with it, when they've gotten the information out of it that they want, what do? What do people do with books? Well, they'll donate them, right? So they'll donate them to somebody else, or they'll pass them on to somebody else who thinks that they need them. So the good news is, unlike that ebook that just goes into the never land of files on their computer, it doesn't get passed on or shared with many people typically, and but it just disappears. But your book, your physical book, will get passed on to other people physically, so now they take it and they read it and they pass it on. And then the other part about this, but why we're able to do this, is because most other authors, most of the people who write books, they don't understand how to get books to pay for themselves. And with the strategies that we're sharing with you guys, how to get books to pay for themselves, oh man, you're virtually guaranteed to just print unlimited books and just hand them out over and over and over and over again. So anyways, this is one of the real important reasons why I may talk too much about this, but it's so important that you have a physical book, as opposed to writing a great book and then going, well, I'm going to put it on my website as a downloadable web or ebook or PDF file, right? Big difference. So anyway, that's the difference between tangible and intangible, and you are on your way to becoming tangible. We'll see you inside the rest of the training. Take care.